It's been 2 weeks and I'm already getting bored of Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. So I picked it up on launch day. I had a great time with it for the first couple weeks. I'm still enjoying the game. Like I'll still pick it up now and then. But it just feels so bare bones once you actually get past the customization features, which are cool. But the actual gameplay loop, the actual interactions, the actual events, I feel like it's just a big step down in a lot of ways from the 3DS version. Like the 3DS version was able to keep me playing for months after I first played it, but Living the Dream, well, I'm still picking it up a few times a week. I feel like I've seen everything it has to offer. I've pretty much seen the same minigames over and over again, to the point that I don't even want to play the minigames anymore. Every friendship interaction feels almost exactly the same. It feels like 95% of the time they become friends. There's almost no drama. And in the 2 weeks I've been playing this, and I've played it a lot, I've seen like 1, maybe 2 fights in that entire time. Like that's it. And it took until literally like a couple days ago for me to see a fight for the first time. And I think Tomodachi Life Living the Dream suffers from a lot of the issues as Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I made this video last week if you want to check it out, so be sure to subscribe and watch that after. But it feels like Nintendo really focused on the customization, and to their credit, they did a great job with it. Like, there's a lot you can do with the island, there's a lot you could do with creating your own items, your own food, your own Mii customization, where you could literally just do anything, like you paint their face and make them as detailed as you want. That's all really cool, but it feels like the rest of the game is kind of lacking. And I've really enjoyed it so far. Like, I feel like the first couple weeks of it, I did have a great time with it, especially the first week I was playing it, like, religiously, like, as much as I could. But after that initial week, it kind of just fell off for me. When compared to the 3DS version, I played that for months. Even if we go back to the Animal Crossing comparison, I played New Leaf for probably like a year after, like pretty consistently before getting bored of it. New Horizons, I played for a decent amount of time, but eventually I had to get bored of that too a little quicker. And I think it's because while I do appreciate the customization features, and I think that does add some value to the game, the core of the game is not the customization. It's just supposed to be the interactions between Miis, seeing them get into like ridiculous stuff, like just the charm of the game. Like in the 3DS version, you had all the different events. Like you had the barbecue, you had Tomodachi Quest, you had quirky questions, you had the rap battles, or the word chain event if you're outside the US. And that was stuff that I didn't get bored of for a while, because I wouldn't check these every day. I would see different events. Like maybe one day I'd be on for the rap battle, another I'd be on for quirky questions. But Living the Dream doesn't really have events like that. Like the only time things are really like the marketplace, I mean, that's literally just buying things. Like the rest of the core gameplay loop is like really lacking. You have progression because you have the items you can unlock, and that wasn't in the original Tomodachi, or not the original, the 3DS version. But it's kind of like a New Horizons thing where they add so much customization, and that's all well and good, but they leave out a lot of what people loved about the previous games. And for someone like me who's not the most artistically creative, where I'm not good at drawing, I'm not going to be spending too much time creating different items and stuff, making Miis that take like 5 hours to make or whatever. I mostly want to see interesting interactions, and I've gotten to a point where every time a Mii asks to be a friend with another Mii, I literally just skip the interaction because it feels like the same exact thing every single time. There's no distractions like in the 3DS version, like how I mentioned, Tomodachi Quest, rap battles, all that. The concert hall was a great distraction. I guess the distraction here, I should say, is the customization, but that's more of like a core feature of the game. But it's not like this game is Minecraft or something where that can sustain someone's playing for like years to come. And also I think some things are just not as rewarding in the game. Like when a couple gets married in this game and they have a kid, there's not really that whole process of the kid growing up like in the 3DS version that you would want to like check in on and help, and then send the kid as he or she grows up to another island through Street Pass. Like something like that kept me coming back to the game. And since Living the Dream doesn't have that, I think it's a very big negative. I think Living the Dream is a very good game, and it depends on your personal preference for what you're looking for. But I think for a lot of people, and I saw a lot of people agree with me in my other video on this, is that it does kind of miss the mark on a lot of Tomodachi Life features. And there's some pushback from people saying, well, are you expecting every single feature from the 3DS version? And yeah, kind of. Like a lot of 3DS features are not difficult to implement here. The one I'll say that I get why they didn't add it was like the sharing features and the travelers, because with no limitations here, like you literally do whatever you want, have them say whatever you want. I understand that, but you're telling me they couldn't have things like quirky questions, like the rap battle, like the concert hall, like, and yes, with the concert hall, you could say, well, they're going to make unhinged things. People were doing that in the 3DS version, and people are already making much more unhinged things already in the game. Like, as long as you're not sharing it, which is Nintendo's concern with this, I don't really see the issue. And then there's other things, like a couple minor things, like the rankings board, like the compatibility tester, like tiny things like that just add to the game, like give you like something else to check out. Like maybe you'll see that you haven't given a Mii like any money like worth of items, and you try to change that. I kind of would have liked all like the core features outside maybe understandably the traveling feature to come back here, and I would still really love that. But again, I won't really fault Nintendo for that. Because if we take out the customization features, what has this added to the original Tomodachi Life? And yes, that's a big thing, so I'm not trying to say that it's nothing, but events are gone for the most part. Pity parties actually are back, and I said in another video that they weren't here just because I played for over a week and just did not see a single one, but I have seen one in the past couple days. It seems like a lot of the drama is gone. It seems like you just kind of have to force interactions for people to become friends, and it doesn't feel as natural. And I think that's good to have the option. Like, that is something that Living the Dream added, where you can just drag the Miis to someone else and try to like create a friendship there. But there's also something about just having Miis become friends like spontaneously. Like, you wouldn't know who would become friends with who. And I think part of the reason is because this is a bigger world. It's not like the Tomodachi Life 3DS island where you don't like explore the island. You click an icon on the bottom screen and it takes you to that location. And here, like, you can go anywhere. You can check out the inside of Tomomorio if you want. You can just watch the Miis interact in the island. So that is another thing that they added. But again, that doesn't really add to the core gameplay loop. Because really, the thing I was looking forward to most when Living the Dream was announced was how they were going to further expand Mii interactions. And they really didn't do that. I think you have more customization with them, and I've said that like 10 times. But there's less drama. It feels like there's just less variety. And after a 12-year wait, I am a little disappointed by it. I'm not saying that I haven't enjoyed the game because of that. And I'm not saying that Living the Dream isn't better in a lot of ways, because it is better in a lot of ways. I think if you take a look at a lot of categories and try to look at it objectively, Living the Dream is probably going to win a lot of them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's winning the most important categories. I think this is an example of a game that just desperately needs content updates. And it's only been a couple weeks, so I'm not saying that it needs to be right now or Nintendo is just ruining this game. I'm willing to give it some time, but I'm already playing this a lot less than I did like just a week ago. And in some ways that's to be expected. Like, you're going to play a game more when it first comes out, especially a simulation game, compared to later on in most games. It doesn't mean I want to pick it up like once every 2 days, just like check the shops to see if there's anything cool and maybe check in on a couple Miis. But I'd like to spend more time on it. Like, when I first got this, I was trying to see every mini game. I was trying to see like every sort of interaction. I was trying to create as many Miis as I could, as I could think of. And setting up my island. But now that my island is set up and I've made a lot of Miis, and I haven't even made like the maximum amount, I've ever on like 40, I think, it's kind of just lost a lot of that charm in the gameplay loop. Like, the only things I have to unlock are just like a few, like, or just like a few things here and there that aren't really central to the game, or not that important. Like, imagine if the concert hall, you had to play a while to unlock it. That would really motivate me to just keep playing to try and unlock the concert hall. Or if there was other things, if there was more interactions you can unlock by doing certain things. But the fact that you've pretty much seen everything within, like, a lot of people within the first few days of playing is kind of a bummer. And this is all my opinion on this. So if you're having the best time playing Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, if you've been playing it 2 hours a day or more since it came out, that's great for you. And I'm not trying to say that you're wrong for enjoying this game, because I am really enjoying this game. I have to say this in every video so people don't think I'm just trying to hate on it for no reason. But I try to talk critically on this game because it is something I really like. I really like this series. I really like this game, but I know it can be a lot better. And I don't want to just completely forget about it in another week. I want to be able to play this for a long time. The 3DS version was one of my comfort games. I'd play it constantly. I would always check Street Pass to see if there was new travelers. I would want to see the different events. I would want to do Tomodachi Quest. I'd want to make new songs. But now in Living the Dream, it's kind of just like, okay, I've played it for 2 weeks. I've seen almost everything there is to do. I have already customized my island the way I like it. I've made most of the Miis I want to make. Some couples have gotten married, have kids. Like, what's next? There's no other distractions besides that. There's no new interactions I could really see, or some new content that we really haven't seen before. I think I said this earlier in the video, but it feels like with this, where they really went down the New Horizons route, where they just said, okay, the game is customization. Like, do whatever you want with the island, and make the Miis you want to make, and then kind of forgot about what people really loved about the original Tomodachi Life in a lot of ways, which was a lot of those events, which was a lot of the drama, and that kind of feels like second here to the customization. And I think the fact that Pokopia recently came out, which was another like cozy simulation game, and people I've been seeing have way more hours than that. I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat where they're getting kind of bored of Living the Dream and then going back to Pokopia. There's just a lot more content there. The customization there, like, you have a lot more there. There's a lot more you can do because it's just the kind of game it is, where Tomodachi Life is more making just your island look nice. Pokopia, you could actually like design more interiors. You can have like more practical things. And I think there's reasons to play both. So it also is kind of like questionable timing why they released Living the Dream now, because apparently it's been done for over a year. And Nintendo's 2025 lineup wasn't the strongest. Like, obviously the Switch 2 coming out, so I feel like if this was a game that came out maybe in September or something, that could have been a good time to release it. Because now it has to compete with Pokemon Pokopia, and that's probably keeping a lot of people either from picking up because they're still playing Pokopia, or they're just quitting Tomodachi Life now. So I think Tomodachi Life will get a content update, because it had that huge launch where everyone was talking about it, where it completely exceeded expectations. But I'm already seeing a lot less of it. I think within 2 weeks, we're probably going to see it really die down. Like, if you look on Google Trends, like, it already is dying down, and I'm not expecting it to be at its peak, but I'd say within 2 weeks, a month, it's going to kind of just fall behind, which for something like this, I think just simply needs updates. If you update it, if you add more content, like if you add more modes or things for people to do and have more variety and interactions, people will go back to play it. So I'm not completely bored of living the dream yet, but I feel like every day I just want to play it even less. Because like I said, when I get to a point where I'm just skipping interactions, where I just don't want to do the mini games anymore because they just all feel the same, and it hasn't even been that long, that is something that really brings the game down for me. And they've been working on this game for so long, it's on a much more powerful system, so I really would expect there to be more content and more variety. So we'll have to see. Maybe this game will become better like New Horizons. Maybe it will just stay this way. And if that's the case, you know what, I really enjoyed living the dream. I think $60 is probably a little much for this, but I don't think it was an absurd price either. Like, I got a lot of enjoyment out of this game. I'm still getting some enjoyment out of it, but I think a lot of you are probably going to agree with me that you've kind of gotten bored of it so far. And again, if you haven't, that doesn't mean that other people haven't. I've seen people leave very vague comments about how, like, we're not doing this when saying that, like how Tomodachi Life has a New Horizons problem, or how one person is still having a blast playing and not getting bored, so that invalidates everyone else. And that's not how it works for this, obviously. Literally every single person is going to have a different take on this game. But I'd be willing to bet that a lot of people who have played this game and or watching this video would agree with a lot of what I'm saying. Because I don't think anything I'm saying is too controversial or too out there. But if that is you, let me know. Like, what do you agree with me on? Why are you getting bored of it? And if you aren't getting bored of it, I want to hear why. Tell me why you're still playing this game a lot and why it's still keeping your interest, because I'm genuinely interested. Maybe you're just interested in making a really detailed island. Maybe you want to make more Miis, more items. So let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe. Also check out these videos here.